Hello, welcome. My name is Luke Vinton. I am a sales engineer here with the data protection team at Quest. Today we're going to be talking about FogLight Evolve, and more specifically inside of the capacity director, the ability to plan capacity and model capacity. In previous video, we talked about current capacity and resource utilization, and that information was based off historical growth. Based off the number of VMs that you've been adding in the past, you can expect to run out of resources in 2 months or 3 months, whatever it may be. What we're going to talk about in this video is actually modeling things. So what I'm going to do here, you can see I have my 2 clusters, the number of virtual machines that I can add to each of those clusters. Right now, the slot size is based off the cluster average. So based off the average size of a VM on this cluster, I can add 33 more of those VMs. And the resource I'm going to run out of is memory. Well, let's say, let's plan a change. And you'll notice there's a number of different changes that we can model, whether it's adding a cluster, adding hosts, adding virtual machine, decommissioning things, but changing the environment. To demo these, let's just talk about adding a virtual machine. And let's say we'll call this test add VM, whatever this job is. Deployment date, it always jumps out a month, but let's bring it back into January. Let's say on Monday the 18th, I want to add some VMs. You can click automated, click the yes button, and it'll actually, all you have to do is point FogLight at a template, and it'll actually build those VMs for you. It'll trigger that, but in this case today, we're going to say no. We just want to do the model, not the actual execution of the VMs. And the size of the VM, we'll just click on a default size so we don't have to populate all that stuff. Let's say we want to add to this cluster FogLight_FVE. And then we want to utilize, let's just pick this data store. All right, and hit finish. And now we'll be able to see, let me make sure there's a check applied. So here's what we're going to add, FogLight_FVE. Today, we can add 16 VMs, but after the changes that I have proposed on Monday, we will only be able to add 10 VMs. And that's because of the high capacity and things like that. I can go over to resource utilization, and we'll see stuff similar to what we saw before. Let me pick on that correct cluster. This pink triangle, you'll notice, is the change that we have proposed, and you'll notice an uptick in consumption of CPU, memory, storage, things like that. And if that change that we have proposed has changed the consumption, which is this blue line here, and has caused it to go over either the high availability or the actual capacity of either one of these resources, we would be notified to that here in this top corner, recommendations. In this case, we're still good. We can add our proposal of adding a couple of VMs, which again, we can kind of hover over here and see what it is. Automated, no. Adding these VMs to this environment. But yeah, the point is we're not going to go over the threshold, and this allows customers to model changes in their environment without actually having to threaten the health of their environment. This is all done on FogLight, away from incurring any performance issues in their production environment, which is hugely significant to customers. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and keep an eye out for the next in the series. Thank you.